Hi, Gemini. Welcome to your 2018 Tarot card reading. I'm Chrissy. Thank you for joining me. Hope all is well coming out of March into April. So we have a new season starting, which is, really nice. It's nice to see the seasons change and new growth, new things coming into our lives, right? Okay, so I have some tarot below here, and I've chosen to use the Soul Trees guidance cards for the readings this month. Let me just get situated here. And I just want to start by saying if anyone would like to join me on my Patreon group, it's patreon.com. Subscription for weekly and monthly cards. I'd love to have you join. It's a great way to kind of connect and get some energy for the week. Comes in video form. And it's a great way to kind of expand and be in a group that kind of brings some energy together in what we hold for the week. It's a great way to join a group. So if you're looking for something like that, check out patreon.com. Okay, and if anyone would like a private reading from me, I will leave my email in the description box below. All right, on to your reading. So I love this reading. I love these cards. I love these readings. I feel like it's a new birth, a new time. Now, going into this, coming in from March into April, looks like some of you are teaching, but there's a creative spark. There's a teaching pattern here, and the guidance for you is to create and teach. Some of you could be teachers. Some of you could be creating a whole new project. There's a new pathway that's emerging for you. It's all in your belief in what you want to do, how you want to navigate the energy. But look at this. I feel like it's a change of season here. You see a little bit of new growth just starting on this tree, right? Where it seems kind of barren and like it's gone by, but there's this new spring emerging. There's this new growth that's taken place, and it's creating a new path. There's something emerging within you or around you, whether it be physically or, in the soul. There's something coming up that it wants you to believe. It wants you to have faith in the belief system. And I feel like, Gemini, you know that this is coming. It's expanding you and it's making you flourish. And for these two cards, you may have come through a darker time or a dark where it seemed a little bit mysterious, right? But there's expansion here, in the guidance is to really flourish and take the time that you've been really going within or going around and really coming from one season to the next and expanding your growth. Expand your soul growth. Expand your purpose, because it's calling for the expansion. It's calling for more from you, right? And you're going to flourish with the expansion. And now it could be in a teaching process. It could be that you're coming into a time of creativity. It could be music. It could be the arts. It could be a spiritual practice. But there's some type of new beginning for you that's emerging. It's going to enable you to treat yourself after a time of maybe physical struggle or emotional struggle. Look at this. You have the card of treat yourself. So some of you could be really treating yourself. It could be jewelry. It could be a car. It could be a home. It could be a manicure. It could be anything that you want to treat yourself with. You've earned it. And this new path, this new emergence is going to put a spring in your step. And it's going to allow you to travel, to purchase something, to really feel good about what you're stepping into, how you're creating it, how you're teaching it, how this new beginning is going to expand. The underlining energy is the communication is open. This is a card of communication, the throat chakra. I feel for some of you could be opening or receiving information where it's going to enable you to speak and communicate. And for the underlining energy, on the bottom of the deck, you have the card of assurance. These cards are very similar in color and pattern, right? So you're assured that the new growth with communication will expand you. It will create a new beginning, and you're assured. Now, if you're doubting your own assurance that there can be new light, a new light of day, that the communication path can open and bring you this. This could be others, networking. This could be new business opportunities. This could be new love opportunities. This could be a new growth as far as a new emergence. For some of you that, I just got books, so I'm thinking some of you could be either reading or studying a book or teaching something that is from a curriculum. Maybe you're publishing your own book. Either way, it's to enlighten others with what you know and what you're giving, in whatever and however that resonates for you. It's beautiful growth of energy that is here for you. Now, some of you could have a new belief system, or you're changing a belief system and you're open to the communication and you're open to receive what you're hearing so that you can teach it down the road, or you can give some meaning to somebody else. So it's expansion, no doubt about it. Now, for your tarot for this month, in your general card, you receive the Ten of Cups. So if there's been any doubts or emotional experiences that you haven't felt really happy or great about, the Ten of Cups brings happiness and bliss. It brings emotion and all good energy throughout the month for you to expand upon, for you to include others within the expansion. This could be family. This could be a loved one, children. This could be just your bliss point. You're feeling a golden light and a new energy that's kind of emerging around you. And that's with others also. Now, for your work in career, you have the Five of Cups, which is in reverse position. So I feel like you're coming out. Maybe some of you just don't like your job, or it's just the humdrum of the job, or there's been some blowout that happened at work, and you're just finding yourself coming into better energy with it. Like you already know what it is. You've worked through it, and now you're healing from it. Because when the five reverses like that, I'm just going to hold it up right because it's easier to look at this way. But it's telling you that this separation, this sadness, this loneliness that you're feeling within a work environment, or maybe with coworkers or a boss, that it's lifting a bit. So you might have the month of April where you feel that you can grow in other ways. You can go out and find another job. You can heal from whatever this is, or you can just stay and work here and be in the same place or the same career and find that you can just kind of ebb and flow, just move through it and know that there's not going to be so much burden in the month of April because it's lifting for you. For those of you who have left a job and you're looking for a new, I think the guidance here is, saying that it's a golden time to go for it. The month of April could be a time where you land this new job or this new career. Maybe some of you are thinking about a new practice of your own, or a part-time practice, and you stay with your real job, but you incorporate something else in that you could expand upon down the road. So that is here for you also if you want to work with that kind of energy. Just make sure the communication is open and clear, and you do your homework, and you see what it is that you want to teach or that you want to create. If you want to create a business of your own, the opportunity's here for you to do that. It just requires a little study and work into the outline of what you're creating. Okay, pen and paper, putting it down, getting it ready. Maybe you're gonna be thinking about it in the month of April, and you launch it down the road. Okay. Now, for love and romance, you do have the Hanged Man here. So this is, family members, love, the dynamic of an emotional experience. You might feel like you sacrifice a lot for the love around you, for who you love, for who loves you back. But the Hanged Man is kind of like just an energy of stillness. It's just kind of waiting, hanging there. The month looks, kind of copacetic. It's what it is, right? For those of you looking for love, you're in a good place, and the Hanged Man is just saying that it's not quite here yet, but you could expand and go out there and find something flourishes, there's some new expansion, there's some open communication, and you meet somebody, and April could bring that in for you. But I think overall, with the Hanged Man, I think what Geminis are doing here is just about every type of good love, happiness, and bliss that you do for your family and friends. I think it's golden energy, and I think it's just the ebb and flow with this Hangman and the way it's sitting here, the way I'm looking at it. Now, if anybody's had a tough relationship that kind of separated from, or it's done, you could go back. You could find that you need this time to heal a bit. That's only for those of you who've had a breakup, or have had a separation recently. You could go back to that relationship, but it comes after a time of finding some peace and some freedom and some space to really have your own thoughts about it, and what went wrong, where it went wrong, and maybe if you want to re-engage in it. Mercury is going retrograde, so that can take place. You could go back with someone from the past, or for some of you, this could be to heal a family situation too. It doesn't have to just be a work-related matter, but you could be trying to heal some family issues, right? So that is here for you also for this month. And then in your spiritual and your health sector, you have the Temperance card, which is a beautiful energy. So I love these cards for you, Gemini. Temperance holds that emotional fulfillment, and again, a steady ebb and flow, okay? This is angels, the realm, what's above you. In the higher realms, they walk with you, they guide you, you're very blessed. But when I see temperance, it's patience and moderation, and it's a good ebb and flow to the month of April. Again, I get a lot of yellow out of this. There's also Iris here, which is the new season. For some hemispheres, the spring is activated here, and I think you're going to find that the spring brings you a new beginning, a new sense of self that's emerging. I think for some of you, anything that you've been healing, any illnesses or any physical limitations that you might have had, you're coming into the light of a new day, and you're blessed, and you have a new energy. Don't overdo it, but just enjoy the month for the season change and the ebb and flow, and just be patient. And I really feel new growth, new energy, new day, new dawn. Spring is definitely creating a new emergence within you, and I think that these cards are very, very uplifting, and I think it's going to be a really sweet month for you, Gemini. And it's funny, Gemini got communication, because you rule the house of communication. Geminis can talk, and they can bring new light to situations. They can talk about any situation. And I think that it's just, the communication is an expansion. It's an expansion of growth for you and with others that are with you. So I think you're bringing it this month, and I think you're receiving it as well. And you're just in a good, healthy kind of place that brings you new growth, and you're able to really shine this month, and you're able to, if I just saw like somebody at a microphone, so you could be really getting out there and being recognized and leading the way and leading a new direction that brings you a happiness and fulfillment with a patient yet moderate energy in a nice, good way of being energy. And I love that for you, Gemini. All right, so you guys have a great month, and I will talk to you soon. You take care. Bye-bye.